This Disney trip started with delays. Our plane was delayed over an hour and a half. And as you know, we take those overnight flights. So it's almost 8 a.m. here already, when usually we're in by 6 or 6:30. So we're running behind. We had a reservation at Be Our Guest for breakfast that we were not going to be able to make at this point. So I had to cancel that. And now we're making our way to the tram to get over to our rental car so we can head straight into the parks. Maybe get some breakfast along the way. It's late enough that we're probably gonna get breakfast there. Every one of the park instances has a gateway like this. This is the Magic Kingdom one, where you either have to pay for parking if you don't have it paid for some other way, or you have to present your parking. We have annual passes, so parking comes with it. We just have to show them either our annual pass or our Magic Band if we have it on. We don't have it on quite yet. And then you get through parking, but there's a lot of lanes. We're kind of towards the left end, but you can see that there's more cars that way. Parking is $25 a day if you don't either have an annual pass or you're not staying on property. If you're staying on property, then driving to the parks doesn't cost you anything. However, you could be paying a fee to park at the property itself. So otherwise it just gets included. And it's it's $25. And then you can do preferred parking for $45, which then they park your car a little forward of the park.
To your vehicle. And
decided to take the tram into Ticketed Transportation Center instead of walking because it was convenient.
Please take note of it for later on tonight. Now folks, if we do make a temporary stop, just remain fully seated. Just kidding. Alright folks, we're on our way to our Heroes Load Zone, where we drop you off is exactly where we're going to pick you back up later on tonight to get you back out to your vehicle on the Heroes side of the parking lot. Our Heroes Load Zone is near our Ticketed Transportation Center, the gateway to the Magic Kingdom. To get to the Magic Kingdom, you will need to get on a monorail or a ferry boat, and it'll take you there. Now, the Magic Kingdom is open until 10 p.m. 10 p.m. this evening, and trams will run continuously until an hour and a half after the park closes. So the last tram will leave the Load Zone at 11:30 p.m. 11:30 p.m. tonight, the last Heroes tram will leave. At 3 p.m. today, we will have the Festival of Fantasy Parade beginning in Frontierland, ending all the way in Main Street, USA. And at 9 p.m. this evening, we will have Happily Ever After high above Cinderella's castle. I do highly suggest you guys check that.
If you are here at 9 o'clock at night.
We're going to head up here and we're going to make a U-turn. Just remain fully seated until we come to a full stop in our Heroes Load Zone. When we do come to a full stop, you're going to exit to the driver's right-hand side and the driver's right-hand side only. To the right. Everything you brought, just take it to the right. And once you guys do exit, just take everybody across the yellow safety line before setting anything up so that we can take your pull away. Now, but you will have to park our pixie dust, as we do have some things happening up at the Ticketed Transportation Center. Hey guys, have a seat. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down, guys. Sit down, please. Sit down, please. Thank you. Very your turn. Alright, folks, once again, remain fully seated. Fully seated until we come to a full and complete stop.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Alright, folks, you guys are going to exit to the driver's right-hand side and the driver's right-hand side only. Alright, folks, just wait for that
totally
sound.
new.
Almost, but not quite. And there we are. Go ahead, watch step exit to the right, to the right, to the right-hand side only. Have a wonderful day, folks, and thank you for being our guest here today at the Magic Kingdom.
I guess we have to walk some anyway. Interesting. That was a very interesting tram ride. Normally they drop you off right over where the Ticketed Transportation Center is, but now we're on a walkway where we have to walk around. So we didn't actually save that much time by taking the tram like you normally do. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe when we see the tram stations over there, it'll make more sense as to what's happening. But as of right now, the trams are just giving good information, but they're not dropping off that much closer. One of our tips in every vlog I do is to be at a park at rope drop. We couldn't do that today because of our late plane. So we're not getting here until after 9 o'clock when the park is already open. And you can see the line to the monorail is pretty long. The line to the ferry boat over there is also pretty long, so there's just no good way to do this. We had to wait through 2 monorail cycles before ours came in, monorail tan. Right, you can see the castle through the trees now.
Oh, there are the
Space Mountain will be coming into view. We made it into the Magic Kingdom finally. After all this time, we are much later than our original plan. It's after 9, it's already open. Typically we would have been here almost 2 hours beforehand. But the first ride of the day are the restrooms over here next to City Hall. Because we've been on a plane and an automobile, and I guess trains too if you count the monorail. Cinderella's Castle. How fantastic this all is. We have lunch reservations later over there at the Plaza Restaurant. Yummy, yummy, yummy. We had we had breakfast reservations to be our guest, but since the whole plane thing happened, we wouldn't have been able to make it, so we had to cancel those. And later on in the video, I'll talk to you about how to cancel a reservation when it's the next day, because they'll charge you if you cancel within 24 hours, but there is a way around that. Wandering through Frontierland, went over to Big Thunder Mountain, but I think it was having some technical difficulties because it jumped from 20 minutes when we got in line to 60 minutes all of a sudden, and it was moving really slow. And as you can hear, the Liberty Bell's going by. We don't have any fast passes for this morning because all of our fast passes are in Animal Kingdom later today. Right now we're on a hunt for a small breakfast because we have lunch plans at the plaza right around noonish. So we don't want to eat too much because that's coming on 2 hours away now. But we are hungry. We haven't eaten anything since we went to the airport last night. And we're starting to move from Frontierland into Liberty Square. You can always tell because of the Hoop River down the middle here. Over there is the Liberty Tree Tavern. We've eaten there plenty of times, and we're going to eat there again on Saturday, I think it is? Yeah, our last day. So our last meal in the Magic Kingdom will be at Liberty Tree Tavern. Probably going to get that brown bread and the dip that we like so much. Over there's the Hall of Presidents. We've been down for a while. It's kind of hidden behind all that popcorn cart and umbrellas. But that's the Hall of Presidents. We haven't been since they put in the new president, and I've heard that occasionally they have hecklers, either Hecklers Pro or Hecklers Con in there. I assume those people get a talking to, or maybe thrown in the park if they are thrown out of the park. They are habitual. Now we're heading over to, the reason why we're meandering a bit is we're heading over to Sleepy Hollow Inn, which is over here, maybe to get like some waffle options. I'll show you the menu when we get there. There also happens to be a tour going on, it looks like. We've often thought of taking one of the tours here. There's one called Keys to the Kingdom, which we understand is pretty good. We were going to take it one time, and then plans had changed, and we weren't going to be here for the full week that we thought, so we had to cancel it, which made us very sad, but maybe someday soon. I like tours. I like facts about places. Alright, Sleepy Hollow refreshments. Here's their menu. The sweet and spicy chicken waffle, I had that, and I thought it was going to be better than it was. The waffle sandwich with the hazelnut spread essentially is Nutella with fruit. That one's not bad. We're probably going to get that breakfast egg and cheese waffle sandwich, but we're waffling between that and the one with the Nutella. And then here's drinks down below. We decided on the hazelnut spread. They don't call it Nutella, but it's the hazelnut spread and fruit. So what's in there? Blueberries, strawberries, bananas, and then the hazelnut, and then it's on a waffle. pretty good. And then, because it's a counter service restaurant, they'll give you free ice water, which we'll use to fill up our water bottle today. And then keep the ice around. All right, we're gonna dig in. I feel like this is going to be very messy. Let me give it a go. Definitely messy, but very good too. Oh yeah, that's good. You don't get too much of one fruit because they're all mixed in together. I didn't get any blueberry in that one, but definitely strawberry, banana, which are two of my favorite fruits. This might be a better angle. What do you think, Josh?
It's very good. Very messy, like you said.
Yeah,
I think we might be
I
eating
think
an
we grabbed
open
a lot of
face.
napkins. We had to resort to eating it as an open face sandwich because everything was falling out. The waffle's nice and crispy, which is nice. And that's the base of almost all their sandwiches here. And the fruit is pretty good. It's all very fresh. I can't cut that waffle though. I may have to resort to using my hands. Yep.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I'd recommend this. If you like hazelnut spread, you'll enjoy this. I was worried about the waffle being all kind of flat and soggy, and I think it could be if you don't eat this fast enough. But right now, it's delicious. The remnants of our breakfast. Throughout the videos the next couple of days, I want to talk about the things that we keep in our park bag. And one thing to always keep in your park bag is sunblock. This is not a paid advertisement for this brand, but this is the brand that we use because once you put it on, it just feels weightless. It's not oily like the other brands, and so we love this brand. We keep a little one with us, but we also have other ones in the car, so we have lots and lots of sunblock. It's not called the Sunshine State for no reason. It can get very bright and very intense, especially if there aren't any clouds in the sky. So make sure you're protected from the sun and reapply every so often because it sweats off pretty easily. So sunblock is my first suggestion on what to bring in your park bag. Another item to bring is like wet ones or some other type of antibacterial wipes. After you have something like Nutella here and you don't have a restroom nearby to go wash your hands, you can use the wet wipes to clean your hands because we have hazelnut all over them. But, you know, you're in a place with thousands of other people and the things you touch have been touched by thousands of other people. So sometimes it just gets gross. And if you don't have near a bathroom where you can wash your hands, then you have the backup. So we get these kinds of wet wipes with a wet lock and then put them in a paper bag so that they don't leak in our park bag. And then take them out when we need them. And once they're done, you just throw them away. But they're useful if you're standing in a line or you're at a restaurant where there's not a restroom nearby, wherever you want to wash your hands and have them clean. Something like these are a great idea. There is a path that leads from Fantasyland all the way over to Liberty Square, and that's where the Sleepy Hollow is. And they're doing some construction on it right now during this whole walkway. My understanding is that they're going to increase the size of this somehow. I mean, you can kind of see how big they want it to be, maybe. Something's going on over there at the castle. You can see a bunch of characters waiting to go on. I can see Donald and Goofy. Oh, there goes Mickey. Neato! As we're walking, there are the wicked stepsisters, or are they the ugly stepsisters? Oh, and Peter Pan's over there too. Peter Pan's just visiting with someone. That's so nice. Huh. Just wandering around in costume. I love it. Here's the other side of the moat where there is no water, so pretty much all the water features are down. It's kind of a bummer, actually. You can see all those bubbles over there. That's what they use for projecting onto the castle, at least the side of the castle, during the Happily Ever After show, among other shows, but Happily Ever After is a big one. This is Cinderella's Wishing Well. It's right near the castle. I really like this plaque that tells you that the money that you donate will go to Dreams of Children. So that all goes to charity. But I like what you see around the bottom here. You see the mice sort of hiding. There's one creating the beads for her. And then I love over here, there's Lucifer hiding around the same side. And then there's the birds. It's kind of in shadow right now, but there's the birds that help her. It's very nice detail. We decided to do Space Mountain because the line was only 25 minutes, which is usually unheard of. I am not that big of a fan of Space Mountain here in Disney World. I love it in Disneyland. In Disneyland, it's a two-seater, and the cars have music that travels with you, so it's an experience. Here, it is a single-seater, kind of the way Matterhorn is in Disneyland, and that's just never as comfortable for me. Plus, the music is more ambient. It's not in your car riding with you, so it's not a part of the show where the music does things when you're going through certain loops or spins or whatever, like it does. But don't get me wrong, if I hated it that much, I wouldn't do it at all. I just save it for every second or third time that we come, rather than being a must ride like it is for other people. I enjoy it, but it's a little rough. I'm a tall dude, and maybe I could lose a few pounds, but I fit in the cars just fine, but I'm also really tall, so the crossbar to hold you down goes right across my lap, and at the right angles, it's just banging into me, so it can be very uncomfortable too. I make this sound like the worst ride ever. It's really not. I still have fun on it. It's just not the kind of fun I have to do every time I come. I tried to take some video on Space Mountain, but it was really dark and you couldn't see anything in it. So, not much to see there. Anyway, it wasn't as bad as I always think it is. I don't not enjoy it. It's just not my favorite ride, but it's fun to do every so often. Definitely helps that I've lost a little weight. There's a difference there in how I fit into the car, and it doesn't bash against me as much, so that's a plus. Around the Disney parks, they have magic bands or phone cases. These are phone cases that you can customize. So these are just some samples. Different ones you can get. Essentially use the touch screen over here. Choose what you want. Let's say I was looking for a magic band. I can touch magic band on demand. I'm touching and doing what you're saying. I don't think this one's working. This one works. I'm touching that I want device. Let's say I want to look for a magic band. And I hit next. And it scrolls through the different designs. Let's say I wanted the Sorcerer Mickey because I love Sorcerer Mickeys. And I can choose what color to put the Sorcerer Mickey on. I'd probably do it on a red. The blue's nice too. And the black is also really nice. And then you could customize it by adding your name. Let's say I want to add my name. And that's what it would look like when it'd be printed. And then I would just stick my magic band fob in there. How much would that cost me? It doesn't tell me. There's my order number. So I would take that order number up to the cashier. They would charge me, and then I'd come back in like 20 minutes and they would have it ready for me. Pretty nifty to design your own. I have a case designed that I really like, but there are so many good case designs.
I'm just gonna do that with that Incredibles one.
I like that Haunted Mansion one a lot.
The Incredibles one is like, oh, Jack.
This is the one I have. Where it's all the Disney parks. The four here. Big fan. And we always must ride this category is the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. Fun. Love this ride. Nice, lazy, enjoyable ride that takes you on a tour of Tomorrowland. It's very slow right here, and then it'll all of a sudden pick up. Oh, we're at the first part of the car. Goodbye, people, forever. And there's people coming back from the end of their trip.
For your safety, remain seated throughout your journey.
So I mentioned earlier that I was going to tell you a way to avoid having to pay the penalty for not showing up for a reservation if you have to cancel within 24 hours. One way is to go to the actual place. Let's say you're in the park, you just decide against it. Go to the place and they will cancel it for you and they will not charge you the penalty. But if you're in a situation like we were last night where we're in the airport, we're not anywhere near the place and we're not going to be able to cancel it before it happens, what you can do is you can transfer it to a different later day. So I transferred our BR guest, which was 8 o'clock this morning, to Saturday, which we're still going to be here for, to Saturday morning. And then, since Saturday morning was more than 24 hours in advance, I was just able to cancel that because Saturday morning's not going to work for us. But that's how you do that, if you ever need to, because of circumstances. We knew that trying to get to 8 o'clock on the first day was a risk. Most of the time we get here on time and it's never any trouble. And if everything had worked out, it wouldn't have been, but you never know. So you can transfer it to a later day and then cancel it if you need to. Here we're looking at construction for the Tron coaster. They're gonna have to reroute at least some of the Tomorrowland Speedway. They had to reroute the train as well, and you can see a big concrete slab. Oh man, here's a big drive-through slab too, right over there. Pretty neat. I cannot wait for that roller coaster. One thing that's nice is you get a good view of the castle, the side of the castle from here. There's actually a number of spots where you get a good view of the castle on this ride. That's not a bad one. We're having lunch at the Plaza Restaurant. We haven't eaten here since our honeymoon back in 2014. I remember liking it, but it's not something that's always on the top of our mind to remember about it. Here's what their menu looks like. It's fairly simple. Appetizers, you have salads, loaded fries, and tomato soup. Entrees are sort of home style. Meatloaf, mac and cheese, a grilled Reuben, cheeseburger. We're probably going to be deciding between that Reuben there and the Plaza Club because it's big enough for us to split. So we're only going to order one entree and split it. So we'll see what we get. The Plaza Inn looks like inside. It's a sort of Victorian-esque restaurant. Not super fancy, it could be much fancier, but very Main Street, turn of the century, classic American. One of the things we forgot to mention is that this place also has an all-you-care-to-enjoy milkshake. Typical flavors, chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. I think there was a cookies and cream. We got the strawberry one, and we're just gonna split that. So we got the strawberry milkshake. I got a diet because I need some caffeine. And we're splitting the club with mashed potatoes instead of fries. And was that it?
I think so.
I feel like there was a fourth thing. Maybe just a glass of water. Anyway, we'll let you know what it looks like when the food gets here and how we like it. The food has arrived. So here is half of the club. And the other half of the club is there on Josh's plate. They brought us an extra plate. We got mashed potatoes instead of french fries. And there's our strawberry shake. Comes with more in it. Technically it's bottomless, but we're probably going to have what you see here. I'm not going to want that much chocolate shake. Alright, let me dig into this. It looks pretty good.
I'm a huge Garden Olivia Harden. And we have such exciting news right now that I can barely talk, which is hard. Cheese! To imagine. At any rate, my darling, we have an announcement
so our review of the Plaza. What do you think, Josh?
It was fine. I don't think there was anything necessarily super special about it. The food was fine. It was a good waitress and a good shake, but nothing that stood out.
Yeah, everything was adequate. The club sandwich was as good as a club you can get anywhere else. Mashed potatoes were pretty good.
That I agree. That was probably the best of the meal.
Very nice mashed potatoes. They're the kind that had some of the skin on them, and we do enjoy that. Just peppered them up a little bit. She gave us like to-go sodas. We had to ask for them, but she gave us to-go sodas, which is really cool to walk around with. The shake was fine. I mean, I know it's all you can eat shake. We didn't order more than the one because it was plenty for the two of us. Plus, there are other desserts we want to have around. So the Plaza is perfectly fine. Every time we've gone there, we've thought that it was
solid.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to knock your socks off, but you're going to enjoy what you eat.
We did have a nice character interaction.
Oh yeah, so you saw in the previous video that there was a suffragette walking around one of the streetmosphere, and she came over and talked to us, and she's very good at leading you. She's like, oh, I recognize you boys. You know, when was the last time you were here? And we told her, you know, about the time we had our honeymoon, and she's like, oh, but you've been together longer than that, and so on and so forth. Just really kind of drawing you out as if she knew you. It was pretty fun. She was great at that, and she was very friendly. I
liked her.
Here we are, entering the wilds of Adventureland. Adventureland has the adventure jungle Heart of Darkness sort of rides. You've got the Pirates of the Caribbean in Adventureland. You have the Jungle Cruise in Adventureland. You also have, coming up here on the left, the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, which is a great movie if you've never seen it. I really enjoy Swiss Family Robinson. Sunshine Tree Terrace is counter service. It serves an orange soft serve with vanilla ice cream, which is sort of that creamsicle. And I love creamsicles, but for some reason, I just don't think it's good here. I don't like the orange soft serve that much. You can see the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse over there with the water wheel going. We like to call that stairs the attraction. It also has the Skipper Canteen. If you've been on the Jungle Cruise, they do a lot of puns and jokes, and then the Skipper Canteen is essentially, the idea is that those skippers are over here running a restaurant as well. So there's a lot of, they tell a lot of jokes about the food and bad puns, that kind of thing. It's, we've been there once when we were here with Josh's dad, and he liked the jokes, and we liked the jokes too. I wasn't as big of a fan of the food. Maybe I just ordered the wrong thing, but I would be willing to try it again. Just hasn't come up yet. And then straight ahead is the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, which is just a spinner ride. And there's usually a camel here that will spit water at people every so often on an interval. But the camel's completely gone. Oh wait, it's over there now. But I don't know if it's spitting water on people. That is interesting. Huh. Maybe people complained to find out about it. We're heading to Pirates right now because it has the shortest line. We like to do Jungle Cruise, but it's like a 50-minute wait. We don't want to do that. We only have a couple more hours to kill before we leave to go check into our room so we can take a nap. We're actually doing pretty well for only having a little bit of sleep on the plane last night. Looking forward to having an hour or so long rest before we head back into the parks, which I think tonight is Animal Kingdom. It's a Kingdom Day. Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. And there's these spray things over here that I don't remember them being, I mean, I have in my last video, I said the same thing, but previous to my last video, I don't remember these things. Maybe they're new. Maybe I've just never noticed them before. But now they're spraying and misting on people. And of course in Adventureland, the Enchanted Tiki Room with the tiki birds. We enjoy seeing that probably every other time. It's not something we see every single time we come, but it's a fun show and it's nice to sing along. And there you go, there's Pirates. Sort of on the back end, so you walk through the length of Adventureland with me. Pirates is nice because most of it's an air-conditioned queue. And it's definitely hot today. It's supposed to be 90 degrees. The humidity is tolerable for people like us who are from Colorado, where we have no humidity. usually, and it could be much worse than this, but for right now, it's hot, but I'm not feeling the humidity the way I could be if it was, say, you know, June, which we've been here for. Whew, I don't regret it, but that was an endurance test. By the time we got to Pirates, the wait time had gone up from 20 minutes to 50 minutes. We didn't feel like waiting in line for 50 minutes. So we're going to go do something that we've never ever done here in Magic Kingdom. And that is go out to Tom Sawyer Island. There's an island in the river, in the middle of the River of America, where you take a little raft out there. And if you're lucky, Aunt Polly's, which is a small snack bar, is open. People rave about the food on Aunt Polly's. So we're kind of hoping it's open today. It's only open during busy time, so we're not thinking it's gonna be, but somebody said it was open yesterday, so maybe we'll get lucky. In any case, it's something we've never done before, so we thought it would be worth trying on a day like this when we don't really have an agenda. Tom Sawyer's Island over there, and you see a raft. And then there's also a raft over here. And they will switch them out. So we'll load up on here, and that one will load up over there, and then they'll just cross the path, avoiding the steam wheeler that comes by every so often. Probably not by the time we do ours, but it went by just a few minutes ago. Oh, let me get the game. It's wonderful. Okay. Looking forward to it. I'll let you know.
Yeah, exactly, considering.
You can see here that the island has a working windmill on it. And it's hot out today, so that windmill will keep all those people on the island cool.
Windmills do not work that way.
Look it up, Futurama reference. Away, mighty steed.
When y'all are finished, come back to the dock, we'll bring you back. Cuando ustedes están listos, regresa allá and nosotros comemos.
He's mentioning the pontoon bridge over there, the windmill. Looks like there's just some trails to go exploring. This looks fun. Can you read that, Josh?
Welcome. If you like dark caves, mystery mines, bottomless pits, shaky bridges, and big rocks, you have come to the best place I know. If you don't like creepy old scary places, don't worry. Huck Finn and myself was plenty scared too. Huck was more scared than me. Tom was not Huck.
Was not Huck. Wow, he actually read it in the original dialect too. Alright, let's see what we can find here. This is Harper's Mill. There's a sign to not scare the birds. You can see in one of the cogs here, there's a birdie, which is awesome. And then there's also an owl up there. You can hear it hooting. Here comes the Liberty Bell. And if you read the story, a unfinished whitewashed fence, Tom and Becky, and Huck, the third wheel. Heading over to where Aunt Polly's is. I'm guessing it's not open. Sadness. I really wanted to try it, but maybe on Saturday if it's open, we will try it out since it'll be busier that day. Ah, that boat is beautiful. It's on a track, so even though there's a paddle wheeler over there, you can't just roam around freely. Alright, it's the Barrel Bridge. Key here is to try to walk across it without touching the sides. Oh, I had to touch.
a nice view.
I had to touch a couple times.
Nice view.
Here's a nice view of the Haunted Mansion. If we don't ride that today, we have a fast pass for it sometime later in the week. Try one of these bridges, filming straight on. So we have annual passes, and we don't tend to do one day, the whole day. We did last time we were with friends because they only had single day passes. But we like to do one park in the morning, one park in the afternoon, evening. So this trip, we're going to do Magic Kingdom, essentially 3 segments. This segment this morning and early afternoon. We'll be back for the evening in a couple of days, and that morning again on Saturday before we leave. But it's just really nice, beautiful. Sort of the babbling brook back there. I love running water and waterfalls and such. You can see people behind me walking up on trails. That's really what there is to do here, but you don't feel like you're in the crowds of Disney. It's very peaceful, very relaxing. If you're in this far, you don't even hear like the crowd noises. It's nice. There's another bridge here, and this one's actually a suspension bridge, not on pontoons or barrels. Gives you a good view of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I haven't seen any cars come through yet though. Should be coming right through there. You can see the queue line. I can see a car going up one of the hills, so it's running. Alright, let's see what's on the other side of this bridge. What there is to do over here. This is really so exciting. There's a whole separate island that we just went across on this bridge from the other island over there. There goes Big Thunder. I'm on a rocking chair on that little island. The great view of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And I've expected a train to come by. One just did a little bit ago, but I feel like they should be coming through faster. Ah, here comes one. Also alligators and snakes in the area. This island has Fort Langhorne. And I think up these stairs we can man the cannons. Sure can. There's one cannon there. And then a little hard to see, but oh, you also have guns you can protect the fort with. The dangers of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Oh, it makes gunshot noises. Take that, people in the train. Little jokes like this, because you've got rifle ammunition and rifle, and anyway, everyone had to use gunpowder, right? And so here's the women's restroom, but it's also the powder room. Get it? That's awesome. This must be where the cookie was in the fort. And there's an escape tunnel through here. Escape. I want to check that out, see where it heads up, or ends up. Definitely leads to some earth. So we're completely out of the wood.
It's Blackbird's Cave.
Yeah. Blackbird's Cave in Casa Bonita. Some less cheese.
Oh, wow.
Less sopapillas. And potentially less diarrhea.
Oh, is this coming through those 2 caves?
Where's this coming out? I think I see the exit. Oh, there it is. Aha! I've come out. It's so quiet over here. I mean, the whole park is like way over there.
There's probably 30,000 people in the park. You have no idea.
We went in through a side entrance, but there's the main entrance to Fort Langhorne over there. All right, here's a map of the islands. I'm gonna start over here because where we were. We did go to Fort Langhorne. We took the secret escape from Fort Tunnel that came out over here. We did fire the guns. Went down to the fishing pier. That's where I had the video with Big Thunder Mountain. Went up to Rifles Roof and fired the guns there. And Superstition Bridge, that's how you get back and forth. So that's this bridge right over here. And now, let's see, we went around to Harper's Mill, Catfish Cove, Aunt Polly's, the Smuggler's Cove, went across the Barrel Bridge. Now we've kind of got all this part to do here in the middle. So that's our plan. Here's some information about Mark Twain or Samuel Langhorne Clemens that you can pause and read at your leisure. At the top of the island, there's a little play place for kids.
Mama? Mama,
2 to 12. I'm outside of that range by quite a number of years. Exponentially, you might say. It's fun though. Here we are on Tom Sawyer's Island. We just sort of finished doing all the things. There's a number of different caves and mines to go into. I didn't film all of those because you should come here and experience them yourself. There's some wonders inside them that are worth experiencing. What do you think, Josh?
It was fun. Having gone to the one in California, this one's much bigger, much better planned out, with a lot more to do than just a couple of small stray paths. So I liked that quite a bit. It was nice.
Yeah, I agree. It's there's a lot to do. There were some families here just picnicking. They brought their own food in and they just came out here and had their food. And we were hoping that Aunt Polly's would be open. It's not. I'm sad about that. But maybe if we come back, we'll find out on Saturday when we're here if it's open, and then maybe come back just to get something at the snack bar and enjoy it somewhere in this natural setting. But if you want to get away from the crowds and do some extra hiking, because that's pretty much what it is. It's a lot of walking and going upstairs and downstairs and through caves and such. So there's more walking on top of your walking when you come to Disney World. But we've been avoiding it, so we thought, meh, you know, how good can it be? And then one day on Facebook, in a group I'm in, I said, hey, is it worth it? And almost everybody said, yeah, you should go out there at least once and experience it. And I'm glad we did, and it probably won't be the last time either. Big Thunder Mountain seems to have sorted itself out, so we got back in line. I like this assay report. It talks about the different locations and such, but one of the mines has Tommy knockers, which apparently are like little mine goblins, cause mischief and such. That would be a problem for the people in that mine. Like all these fake postings. Just got off of Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
I did already.
We enjoy that ride. It's just a roller coaster from the 70s, but that doesn't matter. It's still so much fun. We ride it every time we're here, multiple times usually, and we love the one at Disneyland too. I think the Disneyland one is a little bit better, only because they sort of refurbished it recently. But other than that, it's mostly the same. Now we're heading into Adventureland to look for a snack. Probably a Dole Whip and maybe something called the Hey Hey Cone that might still be around. Let's see if we can go find it. Getting the obligatory Dole Whip. Love these cups it comes in. Here's what they offer here.
Thanks, guys. Please have your mobile order numbers ready, please.
Plus they have something called a Hey Hey Cone, which is raspberry.
3 swirls and 2
Thank
cups,
you.
regular.
Normally it comes with Dole Whip too, but Josh just wanted the raspberry because he doesn't like the Dole Whip flavor. Okay, Josh is gonna try this. Give it a go. It's raspberry Dole Whip. That was
Really very nice.
I tried. Oh, that's really good. I got my swirl Dole Whip like usual.
It is melting so fast.
Mine's always good. Boy, they are melting so quick. All right, we're gonna eat this and then we'll let you know how we felt about it. Probably good. I'm guessing we're gonna feel good about it. as I suspected, the swirl Dole Whip was delicious. It always is. I love that thing. But the Hey Hey thing was different. The Hey Hey cone usually comes with raspberry and pineapple with those two sugar candy eyes, and then a blue cone that it comes in and look more like Hey Hey. Josh had most of it. What did you think?
I actually found it delicious. I'm not a fan usually of Dole Whips because I don't like pineapple that much, but I love raspberry, and I really liked that. If it's around, I will be getting that again.
Okay, good. Unfortunately, Josh finds snacks that he likes, and then all of a sudden, the next time we come, they're not around anymore. That one's on the menu. We hope it stays,
Yes,
especially now that we know you can continue to get just raspberry. You don't have to get the other flavor with it. So we recommend it. I had a few bites. I thought it was pretty good too. It's not going to replace the Dole Whip for me, but it's still pretty good. That is going to do it for us from the Magic Kingdom. We're going to go back, check into our hotel, take a nap, refresh a little, and then we'll be heading to Animal Kingdom tonight. Join us there.